Do you believe Canada is properly prepared for a military conflict?
I don't have that much prerequisite knowledge on our military base and etc., but I don't really think that we are in any construct, just with how policy is right now and people not agreeing with the facilitating of government these days. From like an uneducated opinion, I would definitely say no, but I would probably have to do more research to get a firm grasp or understanding. Do I want us to? No.
In my opinion, I don't believe we're properly prepared for a military conflict. I think we're more divided, at least in my opinion, than in recent history on a lot of issues. A lot of issues seem to be deliberately politicized, and when you don't stand for anything collectively, it's hard to defend collective interests, right? And especially our country, right? So for that reason, I don't think so.
No.
Why is that?
They have been spending money recklessly on other issues, and they're falling behind on other military avenues that they should be taking. They don't have enough fighters, they don't have enough equipment, and obviously they're giving quite a bit away right now, so that's a lot to pick up on.
Pretty much the strategy is we got to be real good friends with the Americans, and they got the power, and that's pretty much it. As far as being prepared, we've got such a large border. We'll never be totally prepared ourselves. You know, it's through NATO, through the United States. That's our military defense. We have to just recognize that and work with it.
I'm not sure. I feel like we have our troops, but I don't know, compared to other nations, they look like they might have a pretty big advantage. So I would say no compared to other nations, yeah.
Probably depends on the nature of the conflict, to be honest. Something large and full scale, I'd say probably not, unfortunately.
Okay, why would you say that?
I don't know that we're allocating proper resources, budgetary or otherwise. Again, it might depend on the nature of the conflict. We've historically been great peacekeepers. I think that we have our strengths. I think that we're very strong in a lot of interventions that we get involved with, but again, depending on the nature of the conflict, I don't know that we would be ready.
I don't think so.
Why?
Because I don't think that's been our focus. We're more about keeping peace, and I like that. So I would say not really in the actually going to war part.
My dad served in the Second World War, so I would probably say no.
Why? Why would you say no?
Well, because we rely too much on the Americans for our defense.
That's a good question. I ditto that. But I would think yes. Yes and no, maybe.
No, I don't think they've necessarily got all the funding they need from what I hear. There's a shortage in equipment maybe and funding, and I don't really have confidence in it. I wouldn't know. I don't work for them or anything, but I don't have a lot of confidence in being ready for a military thing.
Yeah, I think we are ready. We are strong, and I think the people is strong together too to face anything like that.
I would like to believe Canada is properly prepared. It's not something that, fortunately, we think about here very often. We do know people in the military, and they seem to take their jobs very seriously, and it seems to be something that we do invest in. So, but I am naive to sort of what that would look like. So it's hard for me to know if we are. The people that I do know that are work in that world are very competent, and I would like to believe that we're prepared for that if it ever came up.
Well, I don't think so. We are totally dependent on the US. I don't think like we have proper equipment over here, and like as you know, probably like on TikToks and on other platforms, people are talking about World War III, but I think we are totally dependent on US, but we don't have any our own equipment, and we also don't have been on war, so I don't think we have much experience in wars. But I'm not, I don't have that much information on that topic, but that's all I just know.
No, I don't. I do not believe that Canada is properly prepared for a military conflict, only because our military isn't much of one. I think if there was any type of invasion per se or anything like that. I don't think that we have, it's not the desire. I think it's not a lack of desire, it's a lack of people power to join the armed forces and things of that nature. I think that's more what it is. I think there's a lot of dedicated people who believe in defending Canada, but I don't think we have the population number-wise.
Our military is severely understaffed right now, severely.
How does that make you feel?
Worried, because we're really hot on the stage right now, like especially with things going on in Israel and Palestine and Ukraine and stuff. Everyone's tensions are really high, so it makes me worried that we're going to get involved in something and not be able to protect ourselves.
We are very rely on our allies. We rely for everything. We thought if we have Big Brother going to take care of us. But again, we should be spending a little bit more on our defense as well, so that if it is required, we don't have to depend on anyone.